What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. My name is Blake and you're watching the Aquapapa. Today we're going to be talking about different fish foods. We're going to talk about what I feed my fish, and we're going to be talking about what I feed baby fish. And everybody's going to have all their own opinions on this. These are just my opinions. So if you like this video, please just consider hitting the subscribe button. It's always free. And consider hitting the like button. Basically, the rest of this video I'm going to be going around from tank to tank. We'll probably start right here at the 75 gallon, show you what I feed that tank and how I feed that tank, and then we'll move over to the Nano Aquarium, where I do have some small fish. They are not babies, they are not fry, but they are small and it's similar feeding. And we also do have babies in the house. Actually, we have a couple that are about 3 weeks old, I would say, and then we also have a mother mouth brooding. So we'll get into showing you how I feed babies as well. Let's get into it. No better way to start off this video than to feed my arowana its first ever piece of shrimp. So we're gonna get that prepared and we're gonna feed him real quick. So these are what I buy, just some regular salad shrimps. The preparation of shrimp is super easy. I'm just gonna take 2 pieces of shrimp, put it in this cup, get some hot water, pour it into the cup, like so. I'm going to let it sit there for a second. And while it's sitting there for a second, I'm going to talk to you guys about something to do with this shrimps. So the whole thing with shrimp is there's a whole group of people out there that will say raw shrimp is the only shrimp that you should be feeding your fish, and you should not be feeding your fish cooked shrimp. My opinion, I don't see what the difference is. I don't understand what medically would be harmful about feeding one or the other. I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. As long as you're getting your shrimp from a good source, a healthy source, there shouldn't be an issue. I'll let you guys decide what your opinion is. Let me know in the comments. And also, let me know what you've been thinking about this new format where I go and do what I'm doing and then cut back to me sitting in front of one of the tanks giving my opinion and thoughts on what's going on. I'd like to know. If you guys like it, I'll continue. If you don't, I'll stop. Alright, the shrimps have been sitting in here for a few minutes. I'm just going to pour the water out. And I think this piece right here, I think this piece might be big enough for him to actually swallow. If not, you would take a knife and just slice down the middle right here. You see this little line, and you just slice down that all the way and just split this in half, essentially. Alright, there he is. Let's see what he thinks about a shrimp. He's never had a shrimp, so who knows? Man, this guy has no interest in this shrimp right now. Oh, yeah, oh. That was cool, I wasn't expecting that. Little Acara, love the shrimpies. I think I'm going to feed this tank its favorite food, which is Vibra Bites by Hikari, just to get the arowana's attention. We're going to talk about those specifically when we get over to the 36, but I'm going to try to get this guy to eat this. Alright, we're gonna see if he eats any chunks of this. See if these guys eat any of it. Of course, the Acara loves it. Oh, yeah! Alright, word. That's what I like to see, buddy. Chow that thing. Alright, so here's all the foods that I feed the 75 gallon. This big bucket over here on the left is actually a 4.5 pound bag of flakes. We feed these guys flakes, they like them. Right now they're munching on some omega-1 veggie pellets and some algae wafers for the plecos. They are omnivorous creatures, not all of them are carnivorous. I do like this blood red parrot food, also made by Hikari. I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. And this big blue bag over on the side is the Vibra Bites, which we're going to talk about those more in depth in the next tank. And I also do feed a sinking catfish food because I do have banjo catfish as well in this aquarium. And sometimes I even see the plecos eating them. Alright, so there's 2 different ways you can go about taking care of your fry, your fish's babies. One, you can either leave them in the same tank depending on the species. Some species won't allow you to do that. If you leave them in the same tank, you can generally just continue to feed the tank the way you always have, and the adult fish will chew at the food and little pieces will fall out and go down to the bottom, and the babies will pick it up and eat it that way. Or If you're taking out the fish, you're taking out the babies and putting them in their own holding tank, you'll probably start them off on things like micro worms or baby brine shrimp, mysis shrimp, things of that nature, which is really easy. But after you get to that point and you want to start feeding other foods, I believe it's good to have variety in the diet, and the easiest way to do that is just by crushing it up into little pieces and adding it to the tank. Or you can go out and buy specific items like micro bites or beta fish food. That works really well too, but I think it's cheaper, it's more cost effective if you just buy like flakes and crush them, or Vibra Bites and crush them, or any of your regular foods. You can also use like bloodworms and stuff like that, which will work just fine, which is bringing me to the Vibra Bites. These are those Vibra Bites I was talking about. And look at the color. It's the same color as bloodworms. And look at the shape too. The shape of these allows them to move in the water in a special way that makes them look like they're actually worms. I'll show you some video of that right now. If you watch really closely, you'll actually see a sway back and forth just like real bloodworms do, and there's also a small rotation, and it looks pretty realistic. I think these things actually do fool the fish into thinking they're real bloodworms because everything eats them. I've seen everything from neon tetras, celestial pearl danios, pea puffers, anything small like that, to African cichlids, to the guys that I got right here in these tank. They love them. I said these tank, this tank, they love them. To foot-long peacock bass, smashing on them. 1.5 long arowanas, love them. I don't know, they're magical. They work for everything in my experience. I love them. So let's go check out this Nano Tank. It's the last tank we got. The last tank to show you the feeding on and what I feed it. And if you like this video so far, please just like the video. And if you want to support the dream, please just hit that subscribe button. It is free. It will always be free for you to press. And hit that little notification bell if you want to see more videos just like this one. Here we are at the 5-gallon Nano Tank. We're just going to be crushing up some fish flakes. You'd do the same thing if you had fry. These guys are real little. And I just want to point out that with these marine land tanks, a lot of people take the 3M permanent hooks and put them on here, and I just put a little clear suction cup and it works just fine. So for now, all we got is 2 celestial pearl danios. We have this male right here, and there's also a female hiding around somewhere. And we also have a coolie loach, but we're going to be making stocking changes in the future. They're just eating this crushed up flakes like they've been eating this whole time. Any other nano fish or fry would be doing the same thing, and it works just fine. I do also feed these guys the mixture that you seen me blend up earlier, which is literally just a mix of all the fish foods I have in the house, and they seem to be doing fine. All the bigger pizzas the coolie loach kind of picks up, but we're going to be making stocking changes like I said. Hold on, maybe I can find that coolie loach. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Check this guy out. He's getting pretty big. I'd like to grab a couple of more of them, and I don't know, maybe do some guppies or something. I want a lot of things going on in this tank. Let me know what you think. So basically, when it comes to my fry, I do a few different things. I believe everybody probably does something different. But when it comes to my Africans, I just leave the fry in the aquarium and they scavenge for food kind of like they would in the wild. And then if I'm holding them separate, I like to start them off on live foods like baby brine. And then I move them on to just regular fish food. I just kind of wean them into it just by adjusting the food to the size of their mouth. And that's basically it. That's all I really do, other than your regular fish maintenance and stuff. But this video is about the food, and that's what I do with the food. Thank you guys for watching the entire video, and don't forget to do your water changes and go to the pet store and get that stuff that you forgot to get last week. Until next time, guys, peace.